We'll chant Om 3 times, followed by the invocation shlokas. Om Sahana Bhavatu Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Avavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Vidvishnu Om Shanti 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 Samasta Jagatarjane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram. As we are covering the Tattva Bodha, we'll also do the invocation shloka for Tattva Bodha as well. Okay. So does anyone want to repeat after me? Can someone please?
I can do it. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. Pavan, repeat after me, please. Okay. Vasudevendra Yogindram
Vasudevendra Yogindram
Natva Jnanapradam Gurum
Natva Jnanapradam Gurum
Mumukshunam Hitarthaya
Mumukshunam Hitardhaya
Tattvabodho Bhidhiyate.
Tattva Bodho Vidiyate.
So from a big picture perspective, Tattva Bodha is a text that is being that is a means to get to liberation for a seeker who is pre-qualified with sadhana chatushtaya sampanna. That we have seen. Then what did we see? Then the question came, okay, so now that we understood the what is sadhana chatushtaya sampannatva, okay, the fourfold qualifications, then the next question comes, what is the tattva viveka? So then the teacher said, Atma alone is Satyam. Everything else is Mithya. Okay, he didn't say it is false, rather it said Mithya. Mithya we understood as it can be experienced, but yet it can be negated.
Negated.
Yeah. Okay. So, for example, think about like a rainbow, right? Rainbow, we can see, we can experience, but no matter where we go, we can never touch a rainbow. Okay, so that is kind of a Mithya. So then, now, if Atma is Satyam, what is this Atma? Okay, then the answer was, it is different from three bodies. Stula, Sukshma, Kaarana.
Kaarana, Shareera.
Kaarana, Shareera, Vyatirikta. Okay, so that is the first part. Then it said that Panchakoshatita Sun. Okay, it is beyond Panchakoshas. So we don't know what we have, what is this Panchakoshas yet. Okay, and then it also said Avastha Traya Sakshi. It is a witness for three avasthas, three states. We'll see that later. Okay, and its essential nature is Satchitananda Swarupa. Satchitananda, that is its essential nature. This is Atma. So that means what it is said, all the Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Shareeras that we just studied, they are all other than Atma, meaning they are all Mithya, meaning they are not true. Okay. So then in Sthula Shareera, what we saw, okay, so here the entire Sthula Shareera is actually made up of various Panchakosha, Panchamahabhutas, etc. So that means what? Panchamahabhutas are also false. If I, as a human body, I mean, if I think that I am, if I think that I am this body, what happens is that typically, what do I say? I am a male. Okay, I am 55. I am like a person of Indian origin. I am a US citizen. I am studying this. Okay, I am a husband of so and so. I am a child of so and so. Parents for these children, like that. So right, all of these relations are based upon this physical body. If I am not this physical body, everything that all these relationships, all these, even my name and all of them are mithya alone. Okay, so now Sukshma Shareera, when we look at, okay, even Sukshma Shareera is mithya, means what? My mind is mithya. Everything that I'm seeing is mithya. Everything that I'm experiencing is mithya. Okay? Meaning mithya again, what we understood as, it is not false, complete false, but it appears to be there, but it is not real. Okay, nothing is permanent or fixed. Okay, so this is something that we were understanding. Then what we said is Karana Shareera is something that we were looking at. Okay, so now why did we call Karana Shareera as that name? Karana means cause. Okay, why did we say that, oh, this is a Karana for what? Cause for what? It is cause for the other two bodies, Sthula and Sukshma. So only because there is a cause, this Sthula and Sukshma Shareera, the physical body and subtle body, are there. If not for this Karana Shareera, these two other bodies wouldn't have existed. Okay. Now, what we say is that the term Shareera is also an interesting word. In Sanskritam, one of the interesting things is that every word has got a meaning. Meaning means like, say for example, like uh, you say a chair in English, pick something, right? A chair. What does chair means? Of course, I understand chair, but what does chair mean? No, it could have been called as bear also. Okay, there's no reason why it is called as chair. Whereas in Sanskrit, it is not like that. Chair, for example, in Sanskrit is called asanam. Why is it called asanam? Oh, because where you can asina, it can be done. Asina is the verb, okay? So where you can sit, the place where you can sit, okay, that place is called chair, okay? So that means every noun is based upon some verb, okay? So this is a unique feature of Sanskritam. So now if there is a word called Shareera, why did it get the name Shareera? Means it is said Shiryamathatva Shareeram, it is said. Shiryamathatva Shareeram means the one that undergoes changes and ends. Okay. So anything that undergoes changes and ends is Shareeram. So that means what? Sthula Shareera can end, Sukshma Shareera can end, and Karana Shareera also can end. Okay. So all three bodies can end. That is number one. Now, when does Sthula Shareera, the physical body, ends? Based upon our definition of Sthula Shareera that we studied, Sthula Shareera is based upon Karmajanyam, Sat Karmajanyam. That's what we said, right? So, and then, and based upon the karmas that you have performed, this is given, and this is a container, right? What did we understood? This is a container or even a counter. Okay, counter as in like, 1, 2, 3, like counting. Okay, and when it is a counter for to go through sukha and dukkha. Okay, Sukha and Dukkha. And once the counter, like, when it comes to, like, when the timer hits zero, or when the counter hits zero, like, it is going down. Okay, then it falls off. What is the counter we are talking about is based upon, so I'm not sure if we covered these concepts of uh, uh, Sanchita karma and Prarabdha karma. Did we cover this before by any chance in this particular sessions? Okay. So
No, not in this session, I guess. I missed 2 classes, but
okay, so let us quickly go through this, right? As a jiva, throughout our life, we are doing some action. Whenever there is an action that is done, for every action, there is a result. Okay. And this result we have to experience. Now, when sometimes you get to experience that result, sometimes you don't get to experience that result before the body falls. So then these results keep on accumulating. Okay. And now these accumulated results across all lives, uh, from the time immemorial, okay, they are called Sanchita karma. So Sanchita karma means the results of all the past actions that we have performed, which we still have to experience. Okay, so this probably, like, because we have so much Sanchita karma, one lifetime is not enough. We have to go through multiple lifetimes. Now, here is the challenge. Okay, while experiencing the result, we are doing another action. Okay, while experiencing the result, we are doing another action. So, for example, like, okay, you have to experience a result where you have to eat uh, some extremely sweet food. Okay, nice. Okay, now eating extremely sweet food has got its own repercussion, and you have to go through its own result. Okay, so as in a like, when you have too much carbs, you have a lot of energy, right? So, or that, or maybe a diabetes later on. Okay, so this, any of those results we have to experience. So like this, basically, like every action, my point is that every action, because we have to experience the result, and in the process of experiencing the result, we are committing another action, because of which there's another result, so which is never ending. Okay, so all of this is Sanchita karma. And this Sanchita karma, because all of this cannot be experienced in one lifetime, a small portion, of this Sanchita karma is packaged and given to a body, a physical body, a Sthula Shareera. Okay, so now you know this terms, right? A Sthula Shareera. So now in this Sthula Shareera, okay, you experience this set of karma. Karma here means results of action. Okay, karma phala. Okay, so you experience these results of actions. Okay, so now this, as soon as you finish experiencing all these 150 or 10,000, whatever that number is, as soon as you hit that counter to zero, the body falls down. Okay, so that is what death is. Okay, so this is the idea for Sthula Sharira. So now this package of little thing, this small little capsule that we need to experience in our current life, this is called as Prarabdha karma. So this is Prarabdha karma. Okay, so as soon as the Prarabdha karma ends, the body falls down. But whereas the Sthula Sharira, the physical body, falls down when Prarabdha ends, Sukshma Sharira, the subtle body, continues beyond the death and changes into a new body based on the Prarabdha assigned for that life. Okay? And the Kaarana Sharira, the cause of everything, that also goes into that new body. Okay? So now, if what happens then, if the Sukshma Sharira, the Sukshma Shareera, like let us say, as you all know, in Hinduism, we believe that a jiva can be in any life form, not necessarily human form. So that means that someone who is who was in a form of a pig could have been born as a human being, and someone who is born as a human being can later on take a life of a mosquito as well. Okay, so what happens is this expression of the Sukshma Shareera, the subtle body, it also changes from birth to birth based on the Prarabdha assigned for that life. Okay, this is about Sukshma Shareera. Now we said Kaarana Shareera is essentially Ajnana. Ajnana means it is the what you call ignorance. Now ignorance is kind of like a two kind of ignorance. Okay, so one ignorance, especially in our Sanskrit language, ajnana is one kind of ignorance. Abhava is another type of ignorance. The thing is that, like, for both of these, in English, we use the term ignorance. That's why we need to differentiate what exactly ignorance is. For example, I don't know Turkish. Okay. So this ignorance is based upon absence of knowledge or lack of absence. Lack of knowledge. Okay. So this absence of knowledge is called as abhava. Okay. So it is not there, period. Now, when we say ajnana, it is not like that. There is something that is actually veiling and covering. Okay. So, for example, think about this morning. Okay. It's around 12 noon. Okay. This afternoon. Okay. Let us say this afternoon or this morning. I go look at the sky and I don't see sun. If I don't see the sun, what happened? Why is it that I am not able to see the sun? If I say sun is because sun wasn't there and that is why I couldn't see the sun, then it is abhava. Okay, that is the absence. But in this case, it is mid-afternoon at 12 noon, sun must be there already in the sky. However, if I am not seeing, that means what? There is something veiling the sun. Okay, the one that is veiling need not be powerful than the sun. Okay, it is because it is closer to me. Okay, so if I am not seeing the sun, what is the primary cause? It is because there must be some cloud that is covering. Okay, so this where it is not because it's the absence of sun, but something external, something is there. It's a positive presence. What is the positive presence? It is the cloud. Okay, the cloud that is covering the sun. Okay, that is what is another type of. That is the example of this ajnana. So where it is positively something is veiling. Okay, so ajnana is the nature of the Kaarana Shareera. So Kaarana Shareera is essentially ajnana. Now when ajnana ends, Kaarana Shareera also comes to end. Now if Kaarana Shareera, and we know that ajnana can be ended. If ajnana can be ended, Kaarana Shareera can also be ended. If Kaarana Shareera ends, because Kaarana Shareera is the cause for Stula and Sukshma Shareera, the physical and subtle body, they also will end. Okay. So that means that when Ajnana ends, Sanchita karma also ends. Okay, Sanchita karma means the entire results that we need to experience, even those that are yet to be manifest, even if they are not manifest, they all will end. Okay. And because they have ended, there is no need for creation of another body so that the karma has to go through. I mean, like, this karma has to be experienced. This karma phala has to be experienced. So what we are saying is that when ajnana ends, Kaarana Shareera ends. Because Kaarana Shareera ends, everything else ends. And as a result, you don't need to have next set of bodies. So this is called as mukti. Okay. So ending of Kaarana Shareera is called as mukti. Now, what happens though is we have said that the Sthula Shareera ends when Prarabdha ends. Now, what happens when Kaarana Shareera ends before Prarabdha ended for a particular body? So then such a person is called as Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta means he got liberation while living. So there are no more bodies for him or her. Okay. And that person's body is going to fall off. When it falls, he or she is not going to have any new birth. Okay. So this is the idea. Okay. Now, then we said that Kaarana Shareera is the cause for Sthula Sukshma Shareera. Now, this another concept we need to understand is that in Kaarana Shareera, okay, we said that it is the cause for Sthula and Sukshma Shareera, right? So it causes what is it is veiling, okay? It is ajnana, we said. Okay, it is the ignorance. Ignorance of what? It is causing the ignorance of the self, my own Atma. Because of which what I'm thinking is that I am an individual. And it is making me identify with the limitations of Sthula and Sukshma Shareera. Means what? When I say I am a man, it is based on the limitation of my Sthula Shareera. It is based upon the presence or absence of some genital organs. Okay. If I say I am Indian by birth, okay, it is based upon a location where I was born as opposed to the Atma which doesn't have any birth or death. Okay. When I say this is beyond my this is beyond my means, I cannot do anything about it. Okay. This is above my pay grade or anything like that. What we are saying is that this is beyond the capability of my mind and my intellect, which are based upon Sukshma Shareera. Okay. So limitations of Sukshma Shareera is being superimposed on me. Okay. Limitations of Sthula Shareera are being superimposed on me. Okay. And then what am I going to do? Okay. I want to get rid of this incompleteness. Okay. I feel like I am incomplete. Okay. So I want more and more. Because I want more and more, what I do, I perform action. When I perform action, I get the results of the action. Depending upon the action that I perform, if it is a good action, I get good result. If I do bad action, I get bad result. These good results or bad results, what we call as papa or punya. Punya means good results. Papa means bad results that we need to experience. And then there's also another concept called Vasana. Okay, I know like today we are throwing a lot of words. Okay, Vasana. So what is this Vasana? This Vasana is again something very interesting. Okay, so Vasana, especially like if you are a South Indian, you probably feel like Vasana means it is smell. Okay, no, smell or fragrance. Now it can be like in Sanskrit, Vasana doesn't mean good smell or bad smell. Okay, it is just a fragrance. Why is it called? So what happens is, okay, what is this Vasana? Is something like this. Today, as I was going, like one day, as I was going from my, I don't know, maybe like in the downtown area, I saw a store. Okay, it is Starbucks. So I went into the store and I did the first time I was going, and then I said, oh, okay, I want to have this chai latte. And they gave the chai latte, and I like it. And what happened is that an impression has been created in my mind. This chai latte from Starbucks is good. Okay, not much, just a impression. So this impression is called as Vasana. Next time, what happened is that like after like few days, again somewhere I was going, and I felt like I need to drink something, and I looked around. There was Starbucks and there's Dunkin' Donuts and there is some other coffee shop. But because I'm familiar with Starbucks, I walked into Starbucks and I had the same chai. Okay, now, yeah. So now what happened? There's another impression created. Yes, this chai is good. I had chai then, a few weeks ago, and here again, I like Starbucks chai. Okay, so the Vasana has become stronger. Then you maybe next time what happened is that as we're going through my office to home, as I was driving, I saw a Starbucks on the street and like on the way. So I pulled over there and then I had Starbucks chai. So then what happened? I love this tea. So then more stronger Vasana has been created. Then what happened? It becomes a routine for me to stop by at Starbucks almost every day back from work and have that cup of chai. Okay, so then what is happening is this Vasana is becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. Now, if the second time, okay, when I had the option of going to multiple stores, if I thought, Starbucks, I know, but like maybe I'll try something else. And if I went somewhere, this Vasana of Starbucks wouldn't have been so strong. Okay. Only whenever Vasana is expressed, we give credence to it, it becomes stronger. The more credence we give, the more stronger this Vasana becomes. The lesser credence we give, the Vasana goes away. But sometimes Vasanas, once they become strong, they become very hard to break. Okay. So why are we talking about Vasanas again? These Vasanas, along with Papa and Punya, all of these exist in our Karana Shareera. Okay. So even though Karana Shareera we said as like everything it is in undifferentiated state. That is the word that we used. Okay, we cannot really see anything in them. Okay, that is Karana Shareera. Okay, it said Nirvikalpaka Rupam. That is the word that we used. Nirvikalpaka means you cannot modify that. You cannot see any significant change in that. Okay, so that is what Karana Shareera. Yet all of these vasanas, all of these papa and punyas are in there. So when we sleep, all our thoughts are dissolved into our Karana Shareera. Okay, when we sleep, as in when we get into deep sleep. Okay, all our knowledge, all our so all our knowledge, likes, dislikes, all of them dissolve into Karana Shareera. And when we wake up, they all manifest back. Okay, so this is what Karana Shareera is. So these, okay, so now what happened? So this is what like we covered Karana Shareera, right? Now, according to definition, what we said for Atma, Atma is Stula Sukshma Karana Shareera Vyatirikta. Okay, we understood that. That's what we covered. Then next it said Panchakoshatita Sana, other than Panchakoshas. So that means that we need to cover Panchakoshas. However, after that it says Avastha Sakshi. So then the order of coverage should be cover Panchakoshas and then Avastha. Okay. But however, we are going to take up, as in we meaning not we are going to take up Avastha simply because the Guru Shankaracharya ji took the Avastha concept topic first. Why did he do that? Because This, because we covered Stula, Sukshma, Kaarana, Shareeras, they identify with 3 different avasthas, okay, which is Avastha Traya. Okay. So that's why we need to cover this Avastha Traya right now. Well, then in that case, shouldn't have the definition be, he could have said Avastha Traya first and Panchakosha Tita later. Okay. Now the idea is, if you look at the structure of the definition, right? The definition said that it is other than Stula, Sukshma, Karana, Shareera, it is other than Panchakosha. So whatever is other than, they're all grouped first. Then witness of avasthas, that is second line. And the third is the essential nature, Satchidananda Swarupa. So what it is not, what it is by chance definition, what we call as Kakataliya, okay, incidental, coincidental definition, and essential definition, Satchidananda Swarupa. So that's why it is like that. Okay. So now let us start with Avastha Traya Sakshi. Okay. So if someone wants to go off mute and repeat after me. Avastha Trayam Kim.
Avasthaya Trayam Kim.
Jagrat.
Jagrat.
Swapna.
Swapna.
Sushupti.
Sushupti.
Avasthaha.
Avasthaha.
So here the question was simple, right? What are these Avastha Traya? Okay, what are the 3 avasthas? Is a question, and then the answer is simple: Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Avasthaha. So there are 3 types of avasthas: Jagrat Avastha, Swapna Avastha, Sushupti Avastha, which means waking, Swapna is dreaming, and Sushupti is deep sleep. So now again, remember the big picture all the time, okay? If Atma is Sakshi, witness of these 3 avasthas, so that means that these 3 avasthas, these 3 states are different from Atma. Okay? If these 3 states are different from Atma, Atma alone Satyam, then these 3 different states become what? Mithya. Okay, these 3 states also are Mithya. So basically, like, and why we are studying so much about Mithya? To understand that when you go, again, why are we studying Tattva Bodha? When I go into this outside world, wherever I see, I should be able to differentiate between what is Satyam and what is Mithya. And do I want to go behind Mithya or do I want to go behind Satyam? Okay. And the answer is that obviously, like, you want to be with Satyam. So then whatever you see as Mithya, you don't give too much credence to it. When you don't give too much credence to it, you don't have too much pain or pleasure with any worldly things that are going on outside. Okay, so that's the point. Okay. So now we'll go to the next definition. Okay, so now this is a simple definition, right? So then Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti Avastha. So what is this waking state? That is the next question. Okay, so again, if someone can repeat after me. Jagrat Avastha ka.
Jagrat Avastha kaha.
Shrotradi.
Shrotradi.
Jnanendriyaihi.
Jnanendriyaihi.
Shabdadi.
Shabdadi.
Vishayaischa.
Vishayaischa.
Jnayate.
Jnayate.
Iti.
Iti.
Yat.
Yat.
Sa.
Sa.
Jagrat Avastha.
Jagrat Avastha.
Sthula.
Stula.
Shareerabhimani.
Shareerabhimani.
Atma.
Atma.
Vishwa.
Vishva
Ityuchyate.
ityukchate.
So here the question was Jagrat Avastha ka. What is Jagrat Avastha? So when that question is asked, it said Srotradi Jnanendriyahi Shabdadi Vishescha Jnayate iti asa Jagrat Avastha Sthula Shareera Mani Atma Vishwa iti Ityuchyate. So this is the definition that has been given. So now what did it say? Srotradi Jnanendriyahi. Okay, so we can have thoughts in both Sthula Shareera and Sukshma Shareera. Okay. Srotradi Jnanendriya Shabdadi Vishayascha Jnayate. So that means we have Jnanendriya such as Srotradi. Means we have Jnanendriyas, yes. Okay. There are such as Shrotra. Means that we have 5 Jnanendriyas. Yes. And corresponding to 5 Jnanendriyas, Shabdadi Vishayascha. There are subject matter, specific areas of interest, okay, specific domains of expertise rather, okay, for each of these indriyas. So, for example, Shrotram means ability to hear. If you are ability to hear what? Ability to hear sound, okay. Chakshu, for example, if you take ability to see what? The Vishaya of eyes are what? Vishaya of Chakshu is, eyes is form, Rupa. Okay. The Vishaya of tongue, taste is some taste, Rasana, we said. Okay. The Vishaya of smell is Gandha. Okay. So some kind of a smell we can smell through our. So unfortunately in English we use the same word for smell for both the smell that is emanating and ability to smell. We use the same word. In Sanskrit there are 2 different words. Okay. And similarly for body, we call it as Tvak. Okay. And the Vishaya is Sparsha. Sparsha means touch. Okay. So basically what it is saying is the body, the state where all your 5 physical, 5 jnanendriyas are working and it is experiencing something and you are able to grasp the experience. Okay. So basically when the indriyas are functioning and jnayate and you are able to cognize, okay, then that is Jagrat Avastha. So basically cognition of gross physical world. Gross means again like it's not like dirty. Gross means sthula. Okay. So your ability to cognize the entire physical world. This is what is called as Jagrat Avastha. Now, think about this. In dream, am I experiencing are my Jnanendriyas working?
Maybe not.
Sorry, Pawan.
I said in dream, maybe they are working, but you don't realize.
So in dream, so for example, in dream, if I'm seeing a monkey, for example, okay, if I'm seeing a monkey in my dream, so where are these jnanendriyas working? Okay, so these jnanendriyas are not really working. Is this a monkey from real world? Okay, real world as in like, waking world. No, it is something, a mental projection. Okay, so in my dream, even though I see things, it is a different category, not the experience of daytime. Okay, and then, so what happens is that what I experience in my dream are projected by my mind. Even the actions that I perform with my organs of action in my dream, whether I'm eating, running, okay, doing anything in my dream, walking, etc., are talking, I'm not really using my organs of action of my waking real body ones. Of course, like some people do talk in the sleep and some people do sleepwalk also, but that's not what we are talking about. Real organs of action are not used. Real organs of perception are not used. Okay. Now, this Sthula Shareera Abhimani Atma Vishwa iti Uchyate. So this, in my waking state, who am I identifying with is with this physical body, Sthula Shareera. Okay. So specifically, okay, so here when they say Sthula Shareera Abhimani Ityuchyate, physical body, I am identifying myself with Sthula Shareera. That means that am I not identifying with Sukshma Shareera? Of course, I'm identifying with my Sukshma Shareera. Am I not identifying with my Kaarana Shareera? Of course, I'm identifying with my Kaarana Shareera also. But the special feature, only in this state, only in waking state, I am identifying myself with physical body, Sthula Shareera. Okay. We'll see as we go to the definition of Sukshma, the Swapna Avastha, we will see how it is different. Okay. Now, such a waker, okay, Sthula Shareera Abhimani, Vishwa iti Uchyate, right? So, such a waker is called as Vishwa. Vishwa means world, universe. Okay. So, because he is able to see everything all around him, okay, there is an identification with all the upadhis. So this waker, okay, so actually, let me step back 1 second. Vishwa comes from the root word vish, okay. Vish means enter, okay. So pravishya, what is it? Pravishyatat Vishwa. So here, here the identification is being done with all our upadhis, Sthula Shareera, Sukshma Shareera, and Karana Shareera. Okay. Whereas, so during waking state, I'm identifying with my Sthula Shareera, Sukshma Shareera, and Karana Shareera. What about my dream state? I cannot identify with my Sthula Shareera, but I can identify with Sukshma and Karana Shareera. Why Sukshma Shareera? Because in my dream, only the mind is working, not the actual physical or like organs of action or organs of perception. Karmendriya or Jnanendriyas are not working. So that is what we say. It is, we are identifying with Sukshma and Karana Shareera. In deep sleep, we are identifying only with Karana Shareera. Okay. So then let us understand a little bit about deep sleep. Okay. Swapna Avastha. So here, okay, someone wants to go off mute. Okay. Swapnavastha keti chet.
Swapnaवस्था केति चेत्
Jagrat
जाग्रत्
avasthayam
अवस्थायां
yad drishtam
यद् दृष्टं
yad shrutam
यत् श्रुतं
tat
तत्
janita
जनित
vasanaya
वासनया
nidra samaye
निद्रा समेत
yah prapanchah
यः प्रपञ्चः
pratiyate
प्रतीयते
sa
सा
swapnavastha
स्वप्नावस्था
sukshma
सूक्ष्म
shareera
शरीर
abhimani
अभिमानी
atma
आत्मा
taijasa
तैजस
ityuchyate.
इत्युच्यते.
Okay, so here, interestingly, Swapnavastha keti chet. Okay, so now, if you look at the previous question, right? Jagrat avastha ka, that was the previous question. Now, here the question, then the next question should be Swapnavastha ka. But here, it said Swapnavastha keti chet. Okay? So what does it mean? Keti chet, ka iti chet. So that means keti chet means in case if you are asking what is. So that means what? This question is not asked by the student, but it is being asked by the teacher himself before answering the question. Okay. You already asked me, what is Jagrat Avastha? Okay, so obviously you're going to ask me what is Swapna Avastha also. So let me answer, what is that Swapna Avastha? Okay. Now, okay, so now he's defining that. Jagrat Avasthayam. So in the waking state, okay, yad drushtam, whatever has been seen, yad shrutam, whatever has been heard. Now, seen is corresponding to Jnanendriya. Yes, ability to see. Ability to hear is also Jnanendriya. So he said yad drushtam, yad shrutam, but he did not say yad rasanam or yad ghanam, yad sparsham. He did not say. So that does it mean that only these two? Okay. So in Sanskritam, again, we have something called as upalakshana. Okay. Upalakshana means you see a few, understand the whole. Okay. So that means what? With the usage of this yadrushtam, yadshrutam, all other jnanendriyas and karmendriyas are to be understood. Okay. So this is something like in English, the closest thing in English is etc. Okay. So who attended today's session? Oh, today's session, Shobhaji, Chandaji, Padmaji, etc. So that means what? Rajivji is also included, Patra is also included, Vishwanathji is also included, etc. Right? So then this etc. is what we call as upalakshana. Okay. So Jagradavasthayam, yad dushtam, yad shrutam means it includes during. Okay. So now that's it, right? Jagradavasthayam, in the waking state, whatever is seen and heard means whatever is done, whatever is. So all the performance of all the five karmendriyas, absorption of things through all jnanendriyas, all of them. Okay. Jagradavasthayam, yad dushtam, yad shrutam. Janita vasanaya. Okay. So what happened is that whenever you are performing something during waking time, either in terms of like seeing something, as in like absorbing something, basically like if you think about it, there are one other way to think about this. Karmendriyas and jnanendriyas are, karmendriyas are all inputs into our system. Sorry. Jnanendriyas are all inputs into our system. Okay. You eat, you sleep, you eat, you hear, you see, you smell, you touch, all of them are inputs. Then all karmendriyas, all organs of actions are outputs. You hold something, you walk, you the rest of all of those, okay, you speak and Malaktyaga, meaning like excretion and procreation, all of them are outputs. Okay, so basically like all the inputs and all the outputs during the waking time. So that janita vasanaya. So whenever we are doing something or whenever we are absorbing something, what happened? Some kind of experience has been done. And from that experience, once we have experienced something, from that, some vasana is generated. Like just like earlier, like we said, right? When I went to Starbucks, a new vasana is generated that I like Starbucks chai. Okay? So like that, okay? In the same way, from every action we perform, a new vasana is created. Okay. So now this vasanas, again, in when we use this term vasanas, right? people think that vasanas are negative only. Okay, but from a Vedantic perspective, vasanas are not negative. Okay, you may have good vasanas as well as bad vasanas, Shubha vasana and Ashubha vasanas. Okay, so my point is that vasanas are not necessarily negative. Okay, so every thought and every action during the waking state has created an impression. If the impression is strong, what happens? It creates a memory, smriti. What is the difference? If you're sitting in a car and driving, okay, on a highway, you passed through. Of course, if you are driving, you are paying attention to the road. Yes. If you are paying attention to the road, you have seen every car that has passed you and every car you have passed. Yet, you don't remember all the cars that passed you or all the cars that you passed after you reach your destination. Yes? Okay. Because why? Because it did not, the impression is there, but it is not strong. But somewhere on the road, what happened was that someone cut you off very badly and you almost lost your control of the car, etc. Okay. Now, that particular incident, you're going to remember for the next few days. Okay. So when the vasana is strong, when this impression is strong, it creates a memory. So every thought and every action creates an impression. However, when the impression is strong, that is when it creates a memory. Okay. So strong impressions create vasanas. Okay. And when those experiences are deep, then these vasanas become strong. Okay. So now, what we said, Jagrat avasthayam yad drishtam yad shrutam tajjanita vasanaya nidra samaye yah prapancha pratiyate. Okay, so now we need to understand nidra samaye yah prapancha pratiyate. So during sleep time, okay, when I'm sleeping, what is it? What does it mean? When all my 5 organs of action, 5 organs of perception, they are withdrawn. So that means that I don't have control of my mind. Okay. So when my capacity, and then what happens is that when I am sleeping, there is one more thing that happens. We talked about manas and buddhi, and the difference between manas and buddhi. Buddhi is intellect, manas is mind. Okay. And when mind says, okay, I want to eat this. No, don't. What does intellect says? No. If you eat that, it is too much. Okay. You will have indigestion. Don't eat this. Oh, I want to eat that. Or you like it right now, but then you'll have a what you call like heartburn. Okay, you need to take tablets. So don't do that. Then sometimes mind listens. So what is happening is that whatever mind is saying, intellect is doing a sensor. Okay, so sometimes the sensoring is happening so efficiently. Sometimes mind wins over intellect. Okay, so now in the sleep time, what happens is the intellect is also sleeping. Okay, so during the sleep time, intellect is also sleeping, especially in the Swapna Avastha, intellect is also sleeping. But this mind, what happens is that mind is awake, and then these vasanas that are there, that were generated during the daytime, okay, during the waking state, they, yeah, prapancha pratiyate. So they start projecting themselves and eruption of these vasanas happen. Now, this prapancha is not Ishvara's creation. Okay, this prapancha that is created is my own creation, this dream. In this waking state, what happens? My intellect governs all my thoughts and senses, I said, right? Now, that is not there in the dream state. As a result, what happens is in the Nidra prapancha, okay, in this prapancha that I created in my dream, all of them, it is jumbled up. Okay? And now, but wait a minute. I have seen some weird thing that I never seen before in my lifetime, in my dream. How did that happen? Two possibilities. One is that, as we said, because intellect is not answering anything, everything got jumbled up. That is one possibility. Second possibility is that this definition, it said waking state. It did not say the waking state in this lifetime. It could be from any of the lifetimes from our previous lives also. Okay. So, but however, there's one saving grace about this dream state. I am not held responsible for the thoughts or actions in my dream world. So that means that there is no accrual of papa or punya. Okay. So I will pause here. So we'll cover more about a dream later on. Yeah, I'll open up for the few questions before. So, any questions so far based on what you heard?
I think in the dream state, right? Because of the Jnanendriyas, only the dream is formed, right? Whatever that memory or the events he saw, he's remembering those things in a different form, right? But in your
So Jnanendriyas absorbed some experiences during the waking state. Yes?
Mhm.
And those experiences are stored inside as either as smriti or vasanas. Okay. Now, when I am asleep, these jnanendriyas are not there, but it is a new world is created, and the jnanendriya that are they are from the dream world. So they are all the portion of the mind itself. Mind itself is performing the role of jnanendriya. So, for example, think about this way, right? You are thinking something very seriously. Okay, very seriously, as in like some kind of issue is going on at office or at in your personal life, and you're thinking very seriously, and you're obviously like you're walking on the road, and one of your friends was walking across, and you did not say hi to him, and he was walking in front of you, and he said, "Hey, Vishwanath," you did not respond. Then he called you, "Hey, Vishwanath," once again, and he basically hit you. They're like, "Hey, what?" Okay. So does it mean that you did not see him? You have seen him, but you did not recognize him because your mind is preoccupied. So what happens is that Jnanendriyas, they actually took the picture of this, your friend, and sent that message to your mind. But mind was not ready to accept that knowledge that my friend is here, and then it was busy with something else, right? So even though the Jnanendra is the one who picked up that okay, the friend is here, the mind in the absence of mind, it cannot be experienced. So experience happened because of the mind. So for the experience of your friend to be there, your Jnanendra need not be there. Okay. As a result, in the dream state, even if there are no Jnanendriyas or no Karmendriyas, because of this mind's overactive imagination, everything is happening. Does that answer your question?
yeah, thank you.
So in other words, when there is no mind, there is no jnana, or there is no jnana when there is no mind.
Yeah, there is no perception, there is no cognition when there is no mind. Yes.
There is no, there is no cognition when there is no mind.
Yes.
But when there is cognition, is it, then there is mind? Is it because, I mean, like, aren't they interconnected? Mind and cognition?
They both are needed. Okay. So think about this way, right? So what we are saying is that think about like, a double lock system. Okay. In a double lock system, like as in like, let's say if your door has two locks. Okay. Now, only when both of them are open, that's when you can open the door. If any one lock is locked, it doesn't matter which one, the door cannot open. So you need both the Jnanendriyas as well as mind to cognize anything. But to have a mental experience, though, you don't need the Jnanendriyas. As in, like, let us say you are daydreaming something. Okay, you're imagining something. Okay, so you are imagining as in like, you're thinking about your mom. Your mom need not be with you right now in front of you for you to think about your mom. But once you start thinking about your mom, you can imagine your mom right there. You can imagine your mom talking to you. You can imagine your mom scolding you. You can imagine your mom feeding you. All of that is possible in your imagination, even if your mom is not physically there. Okay. So that projection, that capability is there for mind. Because of that capability, when I am asleep, that kind of a thing is happening without the need for the karmendriyas or jnanendriyas. That is what is called a Swapna Avastha.
But this cognition is a jnana indriya, right? It is because of the knowledge that you have gained previously that it comes out, it shows.
Yeah, so the cognition is happening at the level of mind. See, Jnanendriya is not the experiencer. Please understand. Okay?
Jnana indriya is not.
Is not. So, for example, think about this, right? When you think about a piping hot, okay? A piping hot, let's say some nice food. Okay, so let's say like I'm drawing a blank here, but let's say a
Soup.
piping hot.
I'm just saying soup.
Okay, a piping hot soup. Okay, if a piping hot flavorful soup. Okay, now a piping hot flavorful soup. So when you think about a piping hot flavorful soup, what happened? There are one hot is the sparsha, right? It is hot or cold. Okay, then also taste. Okay, taste factor is tongue. Color of the soup is eyes. Okay, flavor is nose. So all these four are involved in the experience of those soup. Now, what you have is a coordinated experience of all of these four when you experience that soup. Yes? When you experience that coordination of all of these four, who experienced that? Do you say that it is my nose experienced, or do you say that my tongue experienced, or my eyes experienced? You say that my mind experienced that. So in reality, the mind is the coordinator of all those experiences. Okay. like these are just the tentacles. Okay, so these 5 jnanendriyas are just like a tentacles, but the experiencer is the mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my mind is the basic factor. In other words, for any cognition to anything to be stored, cognition to happen, that is the main.
Yes, mind is the controller of all the 5 senses.
But when you say mind is a controller of all, an action is performed
Mhm.
sometimes with or without the mind, right? You perform an action out of the blue, just without even thinking about it.
Mhm.
So how do you relate that?
So sometimes what happens is that the ability, when we say we did something without thinking, that means that intellect is not involved, but mind is involved. Okay, so when you do something, what we call as when you do something without any thought, like, sometimes it is called as muscle memory in English, in a Western thing. But what it is essentially, our mind is used to operate in a particular way all the time, and it sends the message to the organs of action to perform in that manner, the way it was used to perform in a similar situation. It is done so fast that you did not actively recognize that such a message has been sent. Okay. So we'll close now. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। Thanks everyone. Have a great week.
Yeah, thank you.
Next week.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.